All right, Skele Vaderites and friends of Skele Vader. I'm really excited about tonight. Thank you all so much for being here. This is a big one tonight. I've been holding off on revealing these finds and that I got at Frank Son last weekend. I've been chomping at the bit to show these off. So I feel like the only real way I could go about doing this is to have a look at each one of these things close up and with you all live. And so with that being said, I do have a special guest with me tonight, which I'm really excited that he was able to pop on. Adam, Battle Ram Blog Adam, great to see you here.
Hey, how's it going, Skele?
All right. Adam and I were just talking about how he's never popped on to just like the Skele Vader lives, and so what an exciting moment.
It's gonna be good.
We'll sort of treat it like a frenzy and talk to the folks that are in the chat. Oh, look! First, we got a little nod to Bobby who popped on. Bobby, good to see you, Bobby. Hey, if you're interested in popping on, you're welcome to. We can treat it almost like a short frenzy if you want. And in fact, you might really have something to say, Bobby, about one of these items that I'm going to show here. Yeah, he said, Adam.
What's up, Bobby? You should come up.
Yeah, come on in.
Can't just be the two of us. You gotta have a trifecta here.
That's right. All right, we got Cobweb in the chat, and he says, "I'll be here to catch what I can before work." Well, good to see you here, Cobb. And also, folks, Cobb just posted some really great toy reviews. I mean, he's always doing that, but he got some of the things that we've all been waiting for, and his reviews are always great and honest. So definitely go over to Cobb's channel and check those out. We got Honor U83. Welcome. Good to see you again, buddy. And then I just said buddy, and Buddy's here too. Good to see you, bud. HP is here saying he'll be here shortly. HP knows how it works. And Battle Ram Blog saying happy Friday, Junior. That's funny, Adam. And then JMac is here. Great to see you, JMac. Always great to see you. And then that leads us to Bobby's. We gave Bobby a little shout out first. But yeah, we got folks in the chat, which is fun. We're going to jump right into this. And I want to sort of give a little explanation of how this whole thing played out. Just so folks like that are in Southern California that we know and love. Cobb is one of them. Just so they know that I wasn't going down there and ignoring the folks that I know live down there. So as you all know, or if you've watched the video, I shot some video of me delivering Snake Mountain to the Los Angeles area to Vincent, who was the person who commissioned this piece. I've kept his information private this whole time, and he was like, once I got it delivered to him, he was like, cool, let's do this. And he let me film his collection, which is like insane. I mean, all those arcade games. Did you see the video yet, Adam?
I watched the first part with you guys carrying the castle, and I kept like, oh, I hope they don't break the spires off because it was a lower ceiling.
Yeah, and I love that because it's so funny. We're really far away from those ceiling pipes and things, but in the camera it looks like we're right there. So he had a bunch of Killer Clowns from Outer Space stuff in his bathroom and a ton of Masters of the Universe stuff that he had packed away. I saw the boxes, amazing things, and a couple of statues. I tried to film them, but it was a little bit dark and they didn't pop up, but amazing stuff. You saw the original artwork, the original paintings of Masters of the Universe figures too. And the Snake Mountain fit perfectly on his pool table, and that worked out really, really well. And then, okay, so to get to the point here, my dad, Papa Skele, helped me because he has a big vehicle, and he helped me take it down there. And so it became kind of like a father-son trip, and it would have been weird if I'm like, hey, I'm going to invite all these folks to meet me at Frank and Son. But the time will come. The time will come, folks, for my Southern California friends, where we can meet up. I mean, I'm only 3.5, 4 hours away. It's really about 4 hours from here to City of Industry, which is where Frank and Son is. And so, it could happen again. So I'm going to jump into this. I'm going to go in order, Adam. But first, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm a little tired. My son started high school this week, which makes me feel old. But he also has band practice in the morning, so we've been having to get him up really early and out the door to get to band practice. So I'm like adjusting to waking up earlier.
Yeah, I'm constantly adjusting, and that's the way it is with kids. Yeah. Like, my eyes look so tired today because we just started my other job. We just started, and it's at a university, and it's like just kicking in and all the stuff I got to do. And then our daughters are in college and in high school. What instrument does your son play in band?
He plays percussion. He's a really good drummer.
Oh, cool.
So he's playing snare in marching band, and he plays the set in jazz band.
That's
so
cool.
He's got a set at home. So yeah,
that's great.
It's fun.
Our daughter plays drums in jazz band.
Oh, nice.
And then clarinet in the marching band.
Nice.
So yeah, our youngest, she's got the rhythm, man, and
yeah,
she's got it. I don't know. It's cool. It's neat to see our kids doing that stuff.
Yeah, it's good. And I play guitar, so he and I will jam every once in a while too.
That's so cool. We got to have a battle ram band, right?
There we go. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bud says he played drums in high school. That's great. That's so cool. Drums are not easy. Like I commend anybody that plays drums. Bobby, you want to chime in here? All right. So I'm going to go ahead and go down the order of the things in order of appearance in my life. So I dropped off the Snake Mountain. Vincent paid me the second half of the payment for the Snake Mountain. So I had a little bit of cash in my pocket. And my dad and I decided to go see Alien Romulus, the new one. And it was really good. I wanted to get, I mean, this is so sad to say, but as a collector, I mainly really wanted to see if they had the Xenomorph popcorn buckets available still, but they sold out. They told me they sold out on, day one. But what they did have were these. I don't know if you saw me drinking out of this fancy goblet here, but it looks like it's like, this is almost like a Drenid cup, it's like Buzz Off would drink out of this, but it's got Xenomorph here. It's got the little face hugger, and it has a DNA, which actually plays a pretty important role in Alien Romulus, not to spoil it for anybody. And it's like a beehive, which also is a nod to a particular portion of that film. So yeah, I got this goblet. That's pretty cool. I got our oldest daughter's really into Alien, and so I got her one too.
Nice.
And so yeah, I got that. And then the next day, my dad and I drove to Frank and Son, and I don't know if you watch. I mean, if you watch the video, folks, you saw my enthusiasm. I was just blown away. First booth that I encountered had a bunch of vintage Star Wars, Masters of the Universe, and then everything in between and beyond. vintage. I mean, it was really incredible. It was like this first booth just grabbed me, and I had to get something, and I really wanted to see if they had the blue Beastman from Flash Gordon, which inspired the Beastman that I love so much. That Beastman, that Flash Gordon blue Beastman, is like, there's a couple of things on my priority list for buying. If I can get them at a reasonable price, I will. But I want them to be in pretty good condition. Beastman, that blue Beastman, is one of them.
Yeah.
Have you seen him?
I've seen him. Yeah, I don't have him. If I found one for reasonable, I'd definitely pick one up. I also like the lizard woman from that same series. She's pretty amazing. I've never seen her in person.
Right. So I asked. I've only seen images too. I've never seen her in person. I had never seen a Beastman in person either until that day. So I asked if they had the Beastman, and I also asked if they had the Lizard Woman. They didn't have either, but they did have 2 Flash Gordon figures on card. And the Beastman they had on card, like in mint condition, absolutely gorgeous. And I did not get it because it was $500.
Oh my goodness.
And I was like, oh gosh, if I had that, like, that would be something I would get. I just don't have that kind of money. Even having done this commission, like, most of that money goes back to our family fund. So I'm like, bringing that money home. But I had some money to spend, so I did end up getting something. First, I got to say hello to Will Chu. I played the bong in high school. That's so funny. That's a
popular instrument.
That is a very popular instrument. I'm very familiar. In high school, absolutely. Now, what I did get, though, was one of my items on my list, hoping to get at a reasonable price someday, and that is CALIBOS. And I'm going to get him out of his little plastic. He came in a little plastic container here.
Nice.
Oh, Bobby.
Hey, Bobby.
Hey, just in time for the figure that I wanted you to see.
Yeah, right when I tried to sign in, my computer updated and just shut everything off real fast. So I'm sorry I missed what you were talking about. So.
That's okay. So I was just explaining that the very first booth at Frank Son that I saw had a bunch of vintage stuff. I could not afford the Beastman because he was $500 mint on card. The blue card. Yeah, the blue Flash Gordon Beastman. I swear.
Oh, that one. Okay.
That one.
Oh, okay.
That one. Because I got a good Beastman back here that's in fairly good condition, vintage, loose, and I'm cool with that. But that blue Beastman, if I could find him loose in fairly good condition, I'm gonna jump on it. But still haven't seen one in person, except for that one that was on card. So I did come away with something, and that was CALIBOS.
Yep, I had a feeling you got that one.
Yeah. You saw in the video, I like focused in on it. I'm like, oh my God.
Well, when you showed that picture, the darkened picture, and I was like, I saw the outline, like, that's CALIBOS. Like,
that silhouette. This guy, I'm just gonna zoom in real quick here. So I've never seen him in person, guys. I've never seen him in person. I saw him in package as a kid. I didn't have any friends who had him. And I never got him. So 1980 Kenner CALIBOS, and but seeing him in person, I am just astounded at how cool this is for early 80s action figure made for a film that flopped in the box office. The detail on this guy is amazing. I'm so excited to have CALIBOS.
That's so cool.
Yeah, that's one of the Clash of the Titan figures I do want to get eventually someday, maybe.
Yeah, him.
Do you have
No, I don't have any of the Clash of Titans. I remember as a kid, I remember seeing the Kraken And I remember seeing them, but I never bought them because I was into the Star Wars at the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I seen it at a couple toy shops before, but I just never picked it up.
Yeah, he's great. Recently I found Charon.
Charon,
Yeah. Him I really
and
want. Yeah. that'd be so cool.
I found him at an antique store in Fresno, California, and got him for like $15.
Wow.
Which
those
was
are
just
the
like
two I want. Yeah.
mind-boggling price on this guy.
Oh yeah. Right.
This guy. So I've got two of my Clash of the Titans like Grail pieces, but the ultimate one is the Kraken, of course. And I gotta one of these days, I'm gonna catch up on the chat real quick here.
You slow down on buying new stuff. Just put that money away, and then when that Kraken becomes available, it's not going to hurt you.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. Although I did run into a couple of new things that I could not resist. We'll get to that in a moment.
No, I know. I mean, but if you really, really, really wanted that really bad, it's something you can think about.
For sure. And I'm really lately, folks, I've been in that headspace. Like I've just been more excited, mostly excited about getting some of the vintage pieces that I desire the most. And so yeah, I got CALIBOS. Duchess is here. Good to see you, Duchess, as usual. Fantastic that you're here. And then HP is chiming in with had him and the whole line except for the Kraken.
Nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I have a story. I think I've told you this before, where I went to the store at Sears and they had. I know the Kraken's earlier on, but I remember it being at the store, and my mom asked me, "Do you want this or do you want that?" And I picked the Rancor instead because, like I said, I was into Star Wars.
Rancor is pretty cool.
Yeah, and I still have it, but it's just I don't have it.
Rancor is right down here. Whoops.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, he's like Nosferatu or something.
I know, totally. I feel like him sometimes. I love the Hellboy T-shirt, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
The Rancor, when I got back into collecting, he quickly got to my, he entered my list right away. Him and the vintage Jabba the Hutt, on my list right away.
Yep.
Okay, so the next thing I got, this is in order, but in the video he showed up last. It was one of the last things I showed in the video. It was one of the first. The second thing I picked up is a character that I got him for $10 at Frank Son, and I had to. This is a character that I just have loved ever since Return of the Jedi came out.
Yep.
I love this guy. He's in the movie for like 10 seconds. Actually on screen more than a lot of the Jabba's Palace characters. But YEES, I finally got him, and I couldn't resist. He was only $10.
Yeah, that was the other one I knew. I couldn't tell what the packages were, but I knew the two figures.
Yeah. I mean, I had him standing backwards like this, hoping that.
Yeah, but you can still see the head.
There's no.
If you know that toy, then you know what that is.
Exactly. There's no denying this head sculpt.
Well, I remember when I got him as a kid. The reason why I liked him so much. Well, I mean, he's cool anyway, but he had a gold gun.
Yes.
And that was like the only figure that had that colored type gun back then.
Yeah, I know. The gun is cool. He did not come with the gun, which is probably why he was $10. But I'm super happy to have him finally. I was just, I've been seeing him. I see him a lot in stores, and I just waiting for the right price. Really, I could have bought him for $25 to $35, probably 50 different times, but seeing him for $10 is like, gotta get that.
Well, it feels good to get an original Star Wars figure, though, doesn't it?
Yes, it feels so good. Bye, Cobb. Thanks for being here. And man, loving what you're doing over on your channel.
Yep.
So yeah, I've got these little 3.75-inch figures that
great stuff
to add to my 3.75-inch collection. So now let's get to the things that I know I know a lot of Masters of the Universe fans are sort of chomping at the bit to get these. And I, if you're familiar with Frank and Son, you know that there's a particular booth at Frank and Son. This is an online store that happens to have a booth at Frank and Son. They did not allow me to shoot video in their booth. And I know folks show this stuff online all the time. I'm going to just refrain from mentioning the store and just say thank you to them for having some of this stuff available for me to see in person, because a lot of this stuff hasn't been showing up on shelves yet, nor have they shown up online for purchase yet, except for this particular store. So the first guy I got, the first one I bought is this one, and then I went back and got another one. But the first one, and I'm just going to preface this by saying I've been really not hating on, but hesitant to be excited about this particular version of this character because of the pictures that I saw online. I just was not feeling it. I mean, honestly, I even talked about it on the Frenzy, and this is one of my favorite characters of all time. And I saw the images and I just really felt like they were heading in a weird direction with the design on this guy. But then seeing him in person, I just fell head over heels, and there's a variety of reasons why. So I got the Masterverse New Eternia MER-MAN.
Oh wow!
And
cool.
He is really, really cool. It's not, and Cobb just talked about this on his channel. So this is nothing new for some folks, but those eyes, they're like glass or plastic beads of clear plastic, and inside are these like free floating pupils. So you can, he kind of looks like he's following you when you turn him side to side. Wow. And I loved that the armor really gets crazy in the back. I don't know if you can see it back there, but the spikes are really tall.
Oh, sure.
The coloration is good. I just saw him in person, and I was like, I was totally going to resist this. Oops, let me return you guys to the screen. I was going to resist this.
It does look, I remember seeing when they first showed it, it looks like the armor color and the costume color has been improved. Like it's more vibrant than what they first showed, right?
Yeah, and I don't remember. I feel like I remember seeing those first images. His eyes looked a little bit dead. Like there wasn't, he just wasn't doing it for me. And I don't know. Should I open him and let's get a close look? What do you think?
I wouldn't say no, but it's your figure.
Yeah, Bobby, what do you think?
No, don't do that. No, I'm kidding.
I think we should because I'm not going to do everybody's already done review videos on this guy already. At least some of the people I follow have already done review videos. So I'm gonna get him open. We're not going to do a full review, but I just want to see what he looks like, and I want to see what he feels like in my hands.
Just remember, if you do reviews, people are watching because of you, not because of the toy.
That's right. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you, Bobby. And that's true.
Well, they want your opinion, and you might have a different style than somebody brings it. Everybody gets bored of the way they talk about their articulations and stuff. You might come up with something else to talk about.
You know what? I'm glad you're here because I needed to hear that. Thank you.
Well, just scrap everything I said. It makes no sense. Forget about it.
You just want to be, what is it called? Contradictory.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I got there's a spear here. Okay. There's some hands. Okay. The spear is pretty cool. It's got some translucent yellow seaweed stuff hanging off of here. It kind of would have been, thank you, Bobby. It would have been neat to have a trident, a nod to 2000X. But this is pretty cool. It's an extension of the you know, the corncob sword type thing, but it's a spear. That's pretty neat. Like that. That's pretty awesome. And something that that Cobb mentioned on his review were the ankle, the paint on the ankles is like a copper. We're gonna look at that. That's true, and it's very impressive. All right, and he's got his corncob sword, and it is very floppy, as some folks have pointed out. I mean,
Wow.
it's like, you know, it's like a fish, which is kind of bizarre that they would
It's
do
like
that.
getting slapped by a fish instead of being
Yeah,
slapped by a sword.
totally. This
I
is
want to
straight
get you
out of
eBay,
a.
slap them with a salmon.
Oh my gosh! Okay, so I'm pretty sure because these are very
Probably, yeah.
sharp. I'm pretty sure that's
yeah.
why this is so soft.
Yeah.
But you know, it's kind of good that it's soft because it's pretty easy to get it to be straight. Some of these weapons that come out and they're warped and it's hard for them to be straight again. All right, and then let me get this guy out.
Lovely crackling of plastic on that.
Oh God, don't you love it? All right, this dude's awesome. I'm just gonna be straight. I'm just gonna be straight with this. Look at how cool it is when he's facing down a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does look better than the photos I remember you guys talking about.
He's great in person. This is Mattel. I'm sorry. I made a comment once about how you should try harder with this particular character because I love this character so much. A lot is weighing on the design of this character, and he looks really good. So he has these. Look at this on the backs of his wrists.
Nice.
These are very sharp. These are not rubbery, and they're sharp. The copper sort of, you can't really see it here, but it's very like steampunky, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, copper patina, bronze patina here on his ankle gauntlets. The back of his armor is brutal. That's very cool. I love that it looks like almost like it's growing out of lumpy coral, and these look like teeth. Like this is a great figure. And there's little intricacies here that are spectacular. There's a shell on his belt buckle.
Wow.
There's little bubbles here on the side. There's little seahorses that are around the little jewel there. I mean, but the eyes are great.
It's pretty cool. I do dig the colors that they've come, like the bright yellow and the copper with the green, the sea green of his skin. That really works for me. And
you know, we talk about this on the Frenzy sometimes. Oh, hey, Allison, good to see you. We talk about this on the Frenzy, like color is everything with Masters of the Universe.
Yep.
It's everything. And if the colors are changed, it affects us in significant ways. So this merman's awesome. The little hands that he comes with are, I believe they're like, they're open hands, webbed fingers, open hands for like swimming. He's going to look really great. He's going to be for swimming laps.
Open hand slaps.
Yeah.
Open hand slaps, which is like, the classic, that's become the Masterverse, like hand comment, there's slapping hands.
Now you need to get that seahorse that everybody gets for Merman from, what is it? From
Aquaman.
Yeah.
So These guys look pretty good together, I have to say.
Yeah.
I'm kind of excited. This is really great. Man, I was hating on this, and here it is, looking awesome. See, so folks, let's make an aside here. There's a lot of. I think that it's easy for people to complain, and we've been chatting a little bit about this today in the frenzy chat. Which you should join if you want, folks, by becoming a patron. But we were talking about this a little bit. Like, there's just a lot of I feel like it's so much easier for people to complain about stuff.
Right.
We are in an era of abundance here. Some of it's good, some of it's great, and some of it's not so great. But there's always something to appreciate with this stuff, in my opinion. We don't have to always be complimentary to things, and honest opinions are really very important, and constructive critique is always very important too. But just complaining for complaining's sake is tired in my opinion. So I was complaining. I'm not saying I'm different from anybody else. I was complaining about this MER-MAN, and then here it is. He's awesome.
What's this? I don't understand. Is you talking about me, or you must got the wrong person?
Hello, Desert Coliseum. Good to see you here. I don't know what you're talking about, but that's all the exposure we're going to give you. That seems like a negative comment.
I don't know.
Yeah, so
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. People are frustrated. I don't know. The other amazing thing. So I left that particular store after buying MER-MAN, and I was wandering around Frank & Son, noticing all kinds of cool things. I definitely avoided a bunch of things that I wanted to get, including, Bobby, I saw that Hatbox Ghost Sipper, the collectibles from Disneyland, and it was $49 or $45 at Disneyland, but on the secondary market, it's already selling for much more than that. So I avoided that.
Let's block this guy. I don't get who this is. It's somebody.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't know what's going on. We're gonna go ahead and block him.
Yeah, he's just full of shit.
Yeah. Sorry, that's what happens if you just bring the negativity. That's not welcome here.
Yeah, I'm the king. I'm the king of toys. I don't even talk toys.
I know. That's so funny because Desert. Listen to the person who was just here. I'm not even going to name them because that's giving them credit. Don't make comments if you don't know what you're talking about. Like, that doesn't make sense. That goes back to what we were saying about being blindly negative. If we're going to have constructive critique, then think about it first and then say it.
It could be somebody else using another account just to hide behind it too.
Probably. And by the way, for anybody watching, like, Bobby has been kicking butt on his channel, and the content there is amazing. And now I can listen to it as a podcast.
Yeah, it's all over. Yeah,
which is so great. It's everywhere now. So there's no restrictions. No restrictions. Listen in. It's good stuff. All right. The other one that I went back to get, and Bobby, that sucks. I'm sorry.
For
that
what?
had to happen.
Oh, yeah. Who cares? People just talk. It's just dumb stuff anyway.
What do you think the other character was that I went back for? I'll give you a hint. It's Masterverse, and it hasn't been released yet, but I just couldn't resist it.
I don't know.
Masterverse Chef Allen.
It is. It's Chef Allen. Masterverse Chef Allen. It's actually Masterverse New Eternia Chef Allen.
Wow.
And he looks a lot like what's that guy's name from Hell's Kitchen?
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking
That
about.
would have been a good joke if I could remember his name. I went back and I had to get this guy.
Nice.
LEECH is gorgeous. Yeah. Another character I was hesitant to get, but seeing him in person and how much they honored the cartoon version of this character, Leech. Absolutely had to. All right, so we got, oh, Bud, we love you, Bobby. Yes, we do. We absolutely do. And Bud's also saying, I want the chef so bad. Yes, we all want the chef. Mattel, we want the chef. In the cartoon line. Yes, All Music Fan 88. Welcome, All Music Fan. Great to see you here. And All Music Fan is saying Leech, the green guy. Yeah, I got 2 green guys, actually.
Yeah, and 2 kind of watery characters.
2 watery characters. I must have been feeling nostalgic for.
We got you. We know what you're doing.
You know what I'm doing.
You pulled out the creature from the Black Lagoon as well.
Yeah, no, later on. It's going to be an epic bath time.
Yeah, right.
Totally. I think I'm just yearning for rain. Is really what's going on here.
Yeah.
I want fall weather. I want some rain. I want some cloudy skies, and I want to take these figures out and put them in some puddles and take some photographs. And you know what? Since we did it with MER-MAN, I'm going to go ahead and do it with this one. I'm going to open them up. I am anxious to see. This is another figure that looked to me different in the original photographs that they posted online of him than he did in person. I was not hugely impressed with the photos online. I like that they're using paper for the small accessories now. The small accessories are pretty cool. Whoa! This is amazing. Okay, sorry. I'm really excited about this.
What is that? It's a Hordak. Is that a Hordak head?
It's a little Hordak head with wings on this whip, which is like soft plastic.
Okay. That's cool.
Look at that cute little Hordak head.
Cool.
I mean,
I'm kind of giving him a Horde Beastman kind of thing for him.
Yeah, a Horde whip, and it's like the wings are a clasp, so you can put it around his wrist, not his whist. Like that.
There you go. Just go around walking like that all day.
That's right. I'll fit in on my at my job. All right, and then he comes with another wisp. Just kidding. Okay, here we go. Let me get this cut open. Sorry. Everybody, you can stare at my receding hair while I do this. I mean, I don't know why I'm hurrying. There are other people online that do this. They take their time.
Yeah, don't hurry. I don't know
to talk about. I'm like sweating here. I'm nervous. I want to make sure that I don't make people wait. There we go. And I don't know. Are you all like just pull them out, or are you, or do you cut the pieces of plastic? I'm just laughing.
I cut them out.
Do you? Yeah, I pull them out. But once I broke my what's her name in half, I started pulling them out a lot slower.
Oh, was it Shadow Weaver?
Yeah, Shadow Weaver. Yeah,
that's right. I remember you mentioning that.
But I cut out the things out of the back, like the little tabs. But I don't buy anything anymore anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Hey, you know what? I understand. All right. This guy's great.
The face.
Yeah.
Look at that face.
Yeah, that's great. That's a good leech.
That's a real good leech. And I don't know if you can see it, but he's got like little they're like little bumps, like suction cups on his tongue.
Oh wow.
Little tiny suction cups on his tongue. His teeth, every little tooth is painted white separately. He can do this. Look at that. He can do this hunched over thing. Like I feel like he can really push the articulation on his crunch here. He's got a nice back curve. This guy's brutal. His hands are like lampreys. Like, look at the little teeth in there. And yeah, both hands are like that. His feet are like that.
Yeah.
Little teeth.
They're kind of translucent. Am I seeing that right?
The light makes it that's paint application.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So the paint is a little darker around these areas. I'm sure if I shine a light on it, it's a little translucent, but I think that's just because it's plastic. Oops. Let me see. How do I do this? Oh yeah, there we go. So.
Okay. Yeah, I guess it's just. Oh yeah, a little bit.
Look at that.
Yeah.
I'm blind now.
It's like
sorry, Bobby.
I'm just kidding.
Lizard Man from Classics. He kind of had that going too. Like fingers.
Yeah.
This guy's amazing. And the little Hordak face here.
Mm-hmm.
They have not shied away from detail. Like it's not showing up here very well, but you can see every line and detail of Hordak's face on his chest armor here.
Wow.
That is really cool.
I like the shoulder pauldrons. We've got the little bats. I think you can remove those. Those are removable. I'm not going to do any of that. His wrist guards, those are not molded in. They're removable too. And he's got his crossbow, which we've seen before with other figures. I'll have to compare, but that's an amazing dragon face. I don't know if it's the same as the other one, as the one that came with Hordak, the original release of Hordak. And then the whip. There it goes there.
Looking good.
Yeah, this is good stuff. I'm really stoked that I got these, and it's really cool that I got to see them. You know, I always worry that I'm not going to see these in stores, and I not that Mattel is listening, but if they are, making this stuff available for people to actually see in person is really going to sell them on these particular figures. And I saw the Battle Armor Skeletor there, the new Eternia Battle Armor Skeletor, and he's gorgeous. And I resisted, because we're not made of money. And I saw the Snake Tila from Revolution. Mm-hmm. And she's gorgeous. I mean, these new figures are incredible. Just incredible. And so, in other words, Mattel, make sure they're in stores so people can see them. I've not seen a lot of figures in stores lately, and it would be neat to be able to see them in person. For us Masters fans that hunger for this stuff. Look at that mouth. I mean, come on.
Well, I'm glad you got to see him in person, because I know you were really wanting a good MER-MAN.
Yeah. The MER-MAN, I mean...
And I don't think you would have bought it if you didn't see it in person.
I honestly... So this is the truth. I had these on pre-order, and I took them off of pre-order.
Mm-hmm.
I did. I was not sold on it completely. These characters are great in person, folks. I'm not saying break the bank to get them. I'm just saying, hopefully, Mattel, you'll put them in stores so we can see them, because then people will I think they'll be excited to see them. And some of these waves show up on discount racks eventually down the line too. So hold out for that stuff too. Don't rush. I didn't get everything. I mean, I wanted to. They had the Clawful, the cartoon collection Clawful from Origins there. He looked pretty good. I hesitated on him. If they had the Cartoon Collection Spike Ore, I would have jumped on that, but they did not have that. I hesitated on I saw the Skeletor with the bone throne, Havoc throne.
Okay.
I hesitated on that. I mean, it's not cheap. It's an expensive item.
Right. Yeah, it is.
And I am pretty confident now that I've done it, I could make my own. Like I'm thinking about making for a project down the line a bone throne for this guy right here, the Mondo Skeletor.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that would be cool.
And it's the season of affordable bones.
Yep.
So I'm gonna be stocking up on some bones.
You should maybe plan to make a few extra that you could sell them.
I might do that. I'm hesitant to jump into a big project these days. I just am, got a lot of stuff to do around the house, and but the bone throne, it wasn't a huge investment of time. A big one will be, but I think for Mondo needs a bone throne for those figures. HP said, got to head out. Great find, Skele. Thank you. Thanks, HP. Allison said, haven't grabbed him yet, but I need to. These Pop Horde figures in Masterverse have been solid. Oh, I also saw the Hordak, the Revolution Masterverse.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me. I don't know why I'm so gassy. The Revolution Hordak, Masterverse figure is spectacular.
Yeah.
He looks really good. Who else did I see out there? That's pretty much it. Oh, the Collector I saw, but the Collector doesn't have a window box, so
yeah.
And I've seen people review it online. I love that Mattel came out with that. I'm just hesitant to get it.
To me, it looks a little bit.
Go ahead, Adam.
It's just because it reminds me of some of the stuff my son used to play with when he was like 3, like that level. Like it's too shiny. And I don't know.
Bath toy-ish.
Bath toy-ish, is a good way of putting it. I think some people critiqued the snake layer as being Imaginext looking. And I think that's pretty harsh. There was a lot of detail in that snake layer, but I see what people mean. Like, if it doesn't look, I mean, if I were to compare the Collector to, for example, from the same line, Trapjaw or MER-MAN from the same line, they do look like they're from different lines. Like, the quality is not quite there. The MER-MAN from the Cartoon Collection line and the Trapjaw from the Cartoon Collection line are just like incredible. They're very simple, but the detail is there. So, and I did see, folks, if you're interested in the clearance, on clearance right now at Target. I don't know if it's at every Target, but Bobby, I thought you would appreciate this, but I haven't splurged on a classified version of this guy, but I saw him in reaction size.
Oh,
and I had to get
buzzer.
the buzzer. Nice. I was not going to, and honestly, and I wish Oz was here, because with this character and with the G.I. Joe reaction figures, I'm just not going to pay top dollar for them. Yeah. I will for Sesame Street, but I won't for these characters. And, everybody can hate on me for that if they want, but I love the Dreadnoks, and to have him as a reaction figure is really cool. Yeah. He was on clearance, folks. Nice. So anyways, that happens to us sometimes. I feel now it's starting to feel self-conscious about showing off all this stuff, but I'm really excited. And it was a really fun trip with my dad, and getting to meet Vincent, the guy who commissioned Snake Mountain, and seeing all that stuff at his place, and the arcade games, the Popeye arcade game. I was just crushing on that, and then going out and finding these things. It was for anyone that's traveling to California, and if you're going to the Los Angeles area, go to Frank & Son. It was awesome. And I not just for the store that had these Masters of the Universe figures that were a little bit early, but also for the vintage stuff. I walked by a booth, a Star Wars booth. What was it called? Enforce Collectibles. Enforce Collectibles. EN-Force Collectibles. And they had just a ton of boxed Star Wars play sets, and a bunch of, I mean, they had a loose set of the Size Noodles and the Max Rebo band, a loose set missing the microphone. And I think it was $150, which is a pretty good price for that, because it had Max Rebo's clarinet thing. No, Max Rebo is the elephant guy.
Right.
What's the name of the clarinet guy?
Droopy
again?
McCool.
Droopy McCool. How could I have forgotten that? That's so funny. That is, every time I hear that, that's so funny. I think I pretended to forget so Bobby would say it. No, that just so many cool things. And if you're a toy collector, you got to go there. It was like there was a line out front to get in, which means a lot to people, this stuff. And it was really cool to see. And then plus all the McDonald Land stuff that they had. Yeah. And then the history of Frank and Son being associated. They had some McDonald's franchised restaurants, that family, before they retired from that arena and then started what they started with Frank and Son. But just a cool thing. And I had a lot of fun.
Good.
Awesome.
And for Southern California friends, next time I'm in the area, I'll let you know if I'm cruising around down there. Bobby, Adam, thank you guys so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
it means the world to me. Love you guys.
Yeah, we love you too. Congrats on all the cool stuff and for selling your huge, awesome Snake Mountain.
Yeah, right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome.
So
that was great.
Yeah, a big thank you to Vincent for commissioning that. That I've loved building every one of those Snake Mountains, but that one really was an exciting project. I love doing all the new things they did with that one, and the experimenting with LED lighting and the lava, and making a bone throne and a table with the all-seeing orb and stuff like that. It was just a lot of fun to do. And Vincent, if you're watching this, I really appreciate your patronage, and it allowed me to get a couple of these things. And big thank you. And thank you all so much for being here and watching and chiming into the chat. There's still several of you here. I know there's a lot going on YouTube all the time these days. So I think we'll close up shop here. But Bobby and Adam, thanks again for being here. Actually, let's take a moment. Anything coming up for you guys?
I am working on. I'm doing some updates to my site. Like a lot of, it's been kind of running slow recently. I think I've got a lot of really big images. So I'm just changing out the hosting on some of the images, and then while I'm at it, I'm just cleaning up some formatting stuff. So I've just been doing that this week.
That's good. That's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah. For me, I'm just writing case 4. Got some good stuff so far on it.
Yeah. I like, it's good when a person thinks about something and then they smile.
Yeah.
You know something's good.
Well, yeah, I had some good feedback on some episodes recently, so it's been nice to get that.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm compiling my cases into one video each case.
Yeah, I saw that actually.
Format. Yeah.
I saw that on the podcast, the first Decker Northcutt case files, all in one long episode.
Yeah. You don't get the, there's the cliffhangers, but it's not like set up like an episodic thing where it says, come back next week. I cut all that out, and it's just a story straight through.
That's cool. It's like the Godfather Part 1 and 2 smashed together into a
it's kind of
big
like
long
that.
movie.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah. So I got to do the other 2 that I've done so far and the mini series. But
That's great.
yeah, all the universe stories are still going to be separate. But
I made a big decision with your stuff because it's been hard for me to spend a lot of time watching YouTube stuff lately. Just to be perfectly honest with everybody. So if you're like wondering where Skele is watching my stuff and commenting on my stuff, it's just been hard.
it is hard.
But I did make a commitment. So since it's now on podcasts on a podcast platform, any podcast platform, I'm starting from the beginning.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm really excited to really spend a lot of time and listen to the progression and the evolution of everything.
There's a couple things in there I think you'll get excited about because
I'm excited.
You're part of one thing on it. So
yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to start from the beginning.
All right, appreciate it.
As for me, like I don't know. I think I'm gonna do. I had an idea today. I don't know what you guys think about this, and maybe we'll do it for a frenzy, but maybe the best Masters releases of 2024 sometime coming up here. And I know it's too early to do an end of the year thing, but maybe a best of 2024 so far, because I think a lot of what, like these, for example, I don't think they're going to be hitting stores for a bit, and yeah, I think there's a lot to talk about. This was 2024 was a big year for this stuff.
You could expand that to other, basically any figures, right? Like it could be Masters, because I know I also want to talk about Mythic Legions.
Oh yeah, for sure.
There's some other cool stuff that came out today.
Yeah, I was thinking about that on the drive home from work today. Like, I think we're getting close to that season where we can start talking about all the cool stuff. I mean, I've never seen, 2020 and up to this point, never seen anything like this before in my life. It's phenomenal. But 2024 in particular was like all the announcements of cool things. And I mean, it's just a bombardment of the senses. It's like so amazing. And it's like, it's crazy. It's like, it's mind-boggling that it's happening, and it's also scary too, because it's expensive. This stuff's expensive. It's like, and not everybody can afford this stuff. And me, like, I think that if I had the money, I would probably have to have an intervention of some sort, because it's just like there's so many cool things. I mean, the Mezco stuff coming out, even the most affordable items, like what's the name of the company? Jack's Pacific Simpsons figures, like, are $5 a pop for these little ones, and they're like spectacular. They're like Playmates figures, but this big. I mean, anyways, a lot of cool stuff. And real quick here, thank you, Allison. Thanks for being here. Anyways, I'm just extending a goodbye. This is what we call it. This is my family's style goodbye. It just keeps going on and on. It's like the Spaceballs spaceship.
You had it under control a long time ago, but now it's coming back.
You remember. All right. We're going to say goodnight, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bobby, Adam, thank you again. And everybody, thank you for being here. If you're interested in becoming a patron of Adam's channel, Bobby's channel, my channel, that information isn't below yet, but it will be after I close up shop here. And because you guys popped in, love having you. And everybody watching, thank you so much. And we'll see you soon. I'm going to end the stream.